Welcome to Van Tate Sports Office, an in-depth look at the world of sports, featuring exclusive interviews with our KRQE News Sports Director, Van Tate, sponsored by Caesars Sportsbook at Route 66 Casino.
Welcome to another edition of Van Tate Sports Office. And we're talking about basketball, and, there's this place called ABC Prep. They're doing some things. Brandon Mason and Brandon Mason Jr. both here to talk about that and to talk about a lot of other things. You had the background. People may remember you as being a former Aggie, Brandon Mason Sr., former New Mexico State Aggie, former Lobo assistant coach, and now this thing, and you got your son involved in it. And I'm going to tell you, man, I've been doing sports in this town over 30 years. When you started ABC Prep, I've never seen so many kids get D1 offers or just offers, period, to play basketball.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. One thing that I definitely want to take pride in is that the level to me doesn't matter, and as long as these kids have an opportunity to go to college on some sort of scholarship, might not even be a full one, I'd say a half a scholarship, or to get help to further their education and be a part of a team, whether it's Division I, Division II, NAIA, junior college, is still a win for us and our community, just putting kids in college.
You see, I thought you were going to say, I looked at the price of college and I had my own kids, so I said, man, I got to get something going. No, I'm joking. You brought B. Mace Jr., man, and you're blowing up right now, huh? Talk about how many offers you have on the table right now.
I just received my 10th Division I offer today from Nevada, so I got 10 right now.
And then, that's a be full circle with Steve Alford because like your dad was mentioning, you used to be the ball boy for the Lobos. And if you ended up there, wouldn't that be something, man? That'd be kind of different.
It would, yeah. It'd be interesting. That's all family over there.
And what are some of the challenges, though, you face, man? Because you getting all these kids a good look and some of them getting scholarships and stuff like that, but this hasn't been easy. This is a heavy lift.
No, it is. Just continued of trying to get more and more support from the community financially to help our kids, and also to make the tuition cheaper for the kids, especially New Mexico-based kids. So whatever help we can get from the community, whether it's a donation or partnerships or businesses and things, we do have help in this community, with food and gear and different things that people always step up to help us. But it's always an ongoing challenge because, we're going to Hawaii on the 26th of December to play the number 2 team in the country. I mean, we're doing stuff that kids only dream about being able to do while also playing 50-something games in a year, which is unheard of. So just the opportunities alone that we're providing and trying to maintain our facility, trying to grow and have another facility, just doing different things like that to give the kids the tools that other kids in other states have that we don't have is a huge challenge for us.
Talk about how, like you're talking about giving these kids opportunities. When you see it, because you were a basketball coach here before this, can you see all the opportunities that are coming? I mean, do you see like how many lives are being changed and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's just times are changing. We just played in the Tarkanian Classic in Las Vegas. We played against Link Prep, which is top 5 in the country. We lost by 17 points, but at the same time, we played in front of Kansas, Nevada, Detroit Pistons. We played against junior colleges. We played against so many college coaches that are just camped out there to watch game after game after game. Wow. And it's just those are opportunities that you just don't get anymore by not, giving yourself an opportunity to leave state and just for the opportunity. I mean, because at the end of the day, New Mexico has basketball players, boys and girls.
Yeah, and that's been a knock on them. And as far as you, B. Mace Jr., what is it like playing against all this competition, man? Because you're out there, your dad is barking out orders, but you're out there actually in the mix, man.
Yeah, it's really well, getting to play against that top competition. They're bringing all the attention to the game, and all you have to do is show what I could really do, and just get the attention.
Do you feel like this is getting you better? Can you see, like, from where you started to now, where this actually has benefited you?
Oh, 1,000%, yeah. The higher the level of the competition really helps with your game, a lot.
What's been the most difficult thing for you as a player?
I'd say definitely just my strength. You know, I got to get my strength up. I'd say that's the only thing I got to work on.
Your dad show you any Popeye commercials, man? You better start eating some spinach. That's what.
Yeah.
So what do you do to get, to address that need? I had that with my own son. And, I come from a football background, playing football in college. And I had him lifting like we did in football, and it changed everything. So what do you have him doing?
So what we have is, we do weights probably 4 times a week. Coach Ben Miller is taking over the weight program for us with ABC Prep. But he also has, he goes to Athletes Ready, which does a fantastic job in this community. They've dealt with a ton of high-level athletes, not just basketball, but football and all different types of sports. And I'm definitely drawn into what they do and how they help the kids physically and to maintain what they do. But a combination of that to go along with me taking a step back a little bit, and having guys like Doris Gary, who's a Lobo legend, who works with him at nighttime, and then other
knocking people over. You guys, Doris working with him.
Doris is good at what he does when he trains and really helped his footwork. And every year I've seen him grow as a basketball player. So
Doris bringing that bull game, man. Like, you better get out the way. Freight train's on the way.
That's exactly what Steve Offer said on the phone.
That's exactly what he said.
Well,
that's funny.
The conversation is just getting started. We have more on the other side. When you talk about this, I remember you guys when you first got into the building that you're in now and stuff like that, and then the dream to finally get this big building downtown. Where's that at now? Like the movie theater building?
Well, we're kind of at a standstill right now. I think they're exploring other options just because the financial commitment was so much. I mean, at the end of the day, all I have is a organization to help change kids' lives, and everybody was all in at a certain point. But I think it's the financial commitment just grown so high that it's kind of slowed down. Mm-hmm. So we're just trying to make the best of what we have, and hopefully something breaks again and we get a phone call and they say, hey, this might work out if we do it this way or that way. But I'm not sitting on millions, and I never have been. So, all I am is a New Mexican with a dream to help kids, and I'm just going to continue to keep trying to do that.
I would think that there would be more people getting involved with that just because of the location downtown and like families coming to watch their kids play and all those different things like that. Talking about filling up those hotels down there and the restaurants and all that stuff. You would just think that there would be more people who would see, like, man, I see some potential in this if we get this thing going off. Because like you mentioned, you guys playing like 50 games and stuff like that. That place is big enough. You host your own tournaments, and you got like the economic impact seemed like it would be huge. I don't know. I'm just saying, just from outside looking in.
Yeah, and we've actually proven that we're what we're capable of. The last 3 years, we've brought major events and tournaments here. We brought the #1 team in the country here that have players that are in the NBA now, that have been in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And we're doing the same thing this year. Like, everybody wants to come play our girls because, we have Bella Hines, of course. Yeah. And then now the boys, every time we go somewhere, they say, man, we're coming to the New Mexico stop. We're coming to the New Mexico stop. Yeah. And, that's in January and February. And, just not having a location that's big enough to support what we're about to do. I'm just wrapping my head around it, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and, it seems like there's an opportunity there for somebody who wants to get involved because of what I said, when people, I've seen on my own personal level, when people's kids are involved, man, and mom and dad just go crazy, here, we'll pay for that. We'll pay for, you just go like, man, this costs this, and they just want their kid to get the best, and, they just go crazy. And so it seems like there's an opportunity here just for the city to make some money. I don't know. No,
for sure. And that, that's what we saw in different locations and things that we're trying to accomplish. I mean, we have filled up entire hotels. We have had restaurants for 4 days.
I've seen it myself, doing stuff with my kids. So.
Yeah. So, the opportunity is there. We do have a lot of buy-in and people that do love and support. So I don't want to act like we don't have support. You know? Yeah, we do have support, but just we need another level of support to keep this thing going. Yeah. And we're definitely excited about the future and where it could go. Just because our school is growing, everything with what we're doing, our coaching staff, just in general, like us being a NCAA certified school, everything that we're doing it in the right direction, and we came from nowhere, and now we're headed somewhere, and this is just it's a great opportunity for someone.
You talked about, the school aspect of it. How's that going, and how's that? What is that growing into? Because when you first started off, there's growing pains and stuff like that. You got to figure everything out. You got to navigate. You got to get experienced people in there that know how it should look. How's that going?
Well, from day one, we had the Marcus Wilson and Dylan Chavez and Gideon Harris and Ty Newey, Tyrell, guys like that, but we weren't an NCAA certified school, so they actually still went to their schools. They just didn't play for their schools. Yeah. And we also didn't have a facility, and we didn't have a van, so like the parents would literally just drive out of town, and we would know about a game and play Donda Kanye West's school or AZ Compass and play the best teams in the country, and we would just drive up and then play. And these kids were getting opportunities that way, and then every year we grew and we got better and we learned from so now where we are, my son he finished his first semester with all A's. I couldn't ask for anything better than that. Yeah. Other kids are doing the same, and they're headed towards graduation, and I think that's one of the biggest pieces that matters the most, I think.
So how much did your dad ride you as far as school and stuff like that, man? Is he one of those guys where like you get I don't know if you all have ever seen this movie. There's a movie called The Great Santini.
No, I haven't seen that.
Well, I know you wouldn't ride him like that, but anyway, is he one of those guys who's like, if you got, instead of a 95, you got an 89? Is he like looking at you like, hey, son?
Definitely. He had full access to all my grades and my percentage. So every morning he would get a report card, and he would just send it to me and be like, you got to get on this, you got to get on that, you got to finish it now. You know what I mean? You got to get 8 hours in a day just to make sure I was ahead and stayed on.
What is it? How do you like playing in a program that your dad has, man? And who's better at basketball?
Definitely me. I love it. I love the program, but I would say I'm getting better. Definitely better.
Did you just like you broke him, man? Huh? You beat him in the driveway one day, and he didn't come back, right?
I got a bad back. That's the only reason.
Oh, now he's giving excuses here. So now we get the truth, huh?
Yeah. Bad back.
Excuses.
Much more conversation coming your way on the other side.
We'll get back to the episode in a moment. Monica Wicki here, host of New Mexico Living. I wanted to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Route 66 Casino and Caesars Sportsbook. If you love sports and like having a little action on the game, Caesars Sportsbook is your go-to destination. For rewards and more info, go to Route66Casino.com. Now back to the episode.
When you're making your pitch to parents and players and stuff like that, has it become easier because they see the fruits of you guys' labor? Because
yeah,
like I told you earlier, I don't remember kids getting deals like that.
Yeah, well, nowadays is different, and one thing I don't do is like recruit. Like, so I don't call these kids
they have to come to you.
Yeah, they have to understand what they're coming for, and they have to want that. You understand what I'm saying? So like, I don't call like the best player at certain school in high school and say, hey, you want to come play for ABC? We could use you. You're like, no, it's not like that at all. So, people watch us. They see us online every single day, and we played 20 games before the regular high school season even starts. We've played in front of 50 college coaches already and getting the offers and opportunities while the high school sports are still not even playing yet. So they get to see that stuff, and they say, man, I would like to try that one day. So we get the calls and text messages. I get a lot of messages from people.
There's got to be a challenging side to that, too, because everybody sees their kid. Like I remember when my kid was playing, some people be like, man, looking at their kid going like, man, he's just like, he's going to be like Michael Jordan. I'm going like, oh.
No, everybody has their own. No, everybody has their own vision of their kid.
They sure do.
And they're going to call you and tell you what they feel about their kid. And when it comes to basketball and it comes to levels, like that's one thing I hang my hat on. I feel like I understand it, and I have a connection at every level. So I could see it within 5 minutes of watching somebody play, and I can tell you, like, look, but it's also a hard conversation.
That's what I'm saying. That's got to be hard, man. Like, what kind of responses do you get when you have to tell somebody, hey, man, your kid is not Division I. Your kid is not even Division II. Your kid He should probably learn how to do something else.
You know, what it is what you can do is look at how many offers or opportunities you have or heard from college coaches or not. And you can look at that right there. No matter if you think your son's a Division I basketball, I could think he's the next coming of whoever, you know, but I could be blinded too because he's my son. Who knows? Yeah. But he does get phone calls and attention and things like that. And I kind of
so it speaks for itself.
It kind of speaks for itself. And there's other kids as well that might not have the same opportunity, but have, you know, a similar level that I can see. And I'm like, man, I got to do whatever it takes to get this kid to where he belongs, you know. Yeah. I mean, he is my son, and he has been around a lot more basketball than other people. And, you know, being a ball boy at UNLV and New Mexico and just being around the game for so long, he's going to have different opportunities as well, just off of personal relationships. So, but trying to navigate and manage all the kids, you know, opportunities, boys, girls, you know, it's not easy, but definitely taking pride in it right now.
You know, you started a girls team. How's that going?
It's going great. The girls have been doing a fantastic job. We have about 8 or 9 girls this year. And, of course, you know, Bella Hines brings so much attention. I mean, we can't go into a gym without her picture on the wall or somebody wants an autograph or, like, there's boys programs, there's the heads of boys teams that they text me and say, wow, I can't believe you got a girl that good in New Mexico. Like, they just love watching her. And so we give her support. And Tamaya Gary, Doris's daughter, has made a huge name for herself.
Yeah, she's good.
So she's doing great. We always mess with her. I say she's like 6'1", 13 years old. She's actually 14 years old. But her age
she's pretty tall, man.
Yeah. So she's doing great. She's had a game of 30 points and 15 rebounds, and she's doing a great job. And then we have Lily Bryant that came from Texas that's been scoring 24 and 23. And
that sounds like a tough team because Bella's going to get her 50.
Oh, no, she's getting hers. But the cool thing to show is that she has more than just a scoring game. Yeah. Bella has been getting 13 rebounds, 17 rebounds, and having 9 assists, 8 assists. Yeah. And it's just showing like her level of play, that she can play anywhere after winning an EYBL championship and then coming back and having a few wingmen to be able to play with and sharing the ball and playing point guard and sometimes guarding the center. And she's just Army switch knife or something like that. She's right. And a leader.
When you look at you talking about a leader, when you look at your son's his ascension as he started out with nothing and then started getting 1 offer, 2 offers, 3 offers and stuff like that. How you must feel proud as a parent, and then at the same time, it must reinforce what you've done in this program.
Yeah, well, you know what? I give a lot of credit to himself for putting in the work that he does. Mm-hmm. But my son's a late bloomer, kind of like I was. You know, so he was always one of the shortest ones on the team and the skinniest. And so when he started to grow and started to get confidence and become more than just a shooter, you know, because he would just spot up in the corner, you throw it to him and he could shoot it. But like now, being on the taller side of 6'5", closer to like 6'6", and be able to play the 1, 2, 3, and 4 and block shots. He's averaging like 2 blocks a game and like 11 rebounds now. So to go along with having an understanding of the game and have 5 or 6 assists every game. Yeah. And so when he's playing in front of high-level coaches, they see his size and length and that the fact that he can do everything and not just score or just be a spot-up shooter. You know, that's where the eye-opener has become for him. But that's also given him confidence at a high level. And I think a lot of kids need confidence for their success. You can put the work in, but if you don't believe, then it's harder to do it. And I really think he's really coming to his own of confidence and being able to do everything.
All right, Brandon Mason, what do we call you? Founder of Albuquerque Prep, right?
That sounds good to me.
Founder of Albuquerque Prep, Brandon Mason Jr., up-and-coming star, up to 10 college offers now. Is that correct? 10 college offers?
Yes, sir. Thank
Thank you guys for joining us and coming on. And I'm Van Tate, Fernando Perez behind the controls. Thank you, as always. We'll see you guys next episode.